All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise unto my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to all you sincere, the true believers, right? Today's lesson, I want to go into, enduring hardness, right? And for those of us, who are, believers, sincere, the true believers, with us being in this truth, we understand what situation we find ourselves in, being in this captivity for real, right? And the reason why I say believers is because our people in the world, they don't really even understand that they're oppressed. To a certain extent, they understand, but they don't understand to what extent. You see what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, they don't even understand that they're Israelites. They don't even understand that we're divided amongst the 12 tribes. They think we just divided amongst blacks or Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even understand or how ultimately we don't even know our own culture, right? So just getting into it, we got to endure hardness being here, understanding what we understand and knowing what it is that we rightfully deserve, being princes of the power, right? Being sons and daughters of the Heavenly Father, having that royal righteous bloodline of being an Israelite, right? So let me get this real quick because we know, right? But the rest of our people don't. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, right? It has to say wise man because a fool, right, which are people ultimately who ain't serving the Heavenly Father, who deny serving the Heavenly Father, who don't want nothing to do with the Heavenly Father. Yeah, they living foolishly, like they living like not wise. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, it don't make them mad. They think that they cool being here in Babylon and trying to build something up here. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and they give the stroke of the heart. But those of us that we hear, man, we got to endure it, right? Just the different things that we have from society, man. Friends, family, jobs, relationships. Also all these different things, man, being here in Babylon. Different snares and traps, right? So many different things, man. Right? So we got to endure these particular things here and just keep pressing forward, man. Because that's the only way to do this, man. You got to keep pressing forward. You can't give up. Let's read this, 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace, right, that is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. What's that grace? What's that favor? Right? Be strong in the favor that we receive, right? That grace that we receive is what? This faith, man. By grace are you saved through faith, not of yourselves. It is a gift of the Heavenly Father, right? So what's that grace? Ephesians 2 and 8, that gift of faith, man. This wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, which now that we receive this wisdom, ultimately we have what? Well, we understand that we are oppressed, right? And it makes us mad. It makes us angry, right? It says, and then also reading Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, right? Now that we receive this wisdom, let's get this real quick and then come back. Now that we receive this wisdom, what happens when you get that wisdom, right? Ecclesiastes 1 and 18, for in much wisdom is much grief. Let's highlight that. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow. Right? In the NLT it says, the greater my wisdom, the greater my grief. To increase knowledge only increases sorrow, because now you really know what's going on. Now you can't just shut your eyes to things. You really know what's up. You see everything for what it actually is, bro. And sometimes seeing something for what it actually is, that shit hurt, man. Like, hey, what's that one sucker song? Where the boy was like, if you cheating on, keep it on the low, 'cause my heart can't take it anymore. That joint, hey, that's a sucker song, right? Because he understand that once he knows, hey, it's gonna hurt. That's how it is with this knowledge, with this wisdom and understanding. It's beautiful, right? But sometimes it is painful on the path to obtaining wisdom, on the path to obtaining this knowledge. It do hurt a little bit, because you got to get some bumps and bruises. And you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through some stuff. You got to lose a couple people. You got to get banged up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Right? You got to fall on your face a couple times. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Righteous man fall up 7 times. You see what I'm saying? Hey, but guess what? You're going to keep getting back up if you're righteous, right? So going back into it, 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 2. And these things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, right? So you ain't just hear from brothers. I mean, you ain't just hearing from one brother. You heard this from many brothers, man. So all of these things that you hearing from multiple brothers that's being used by the Heavenly Father to prophesy, right? It says, and these things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men. So the same things we being taught, commit those to other people, right? Who shall be able to teach others also. So we said that's the point. Each one teach one. And that's what we doing. When we strengthen, right? When we're converted, we go ahead and what? And strengthen and teach our brethren. When Satan try us, when Satan try to sift us, when Satan try to break us down, right? And when we endure hardness in the society, right? Because a lot of that hardness that we endure from society is Satan being our adversary, right? Being as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, right? Sitting here trying to try us. You feel what I'm saying? Which is ultimately has to happen, because that's the proven process. That's the process of the Heavenly Father proving to see if we even worthy, man. Right? So these things must happen, but it helps a little better when you got a better perspective on things and a better outlook. You got two people doing the same thing, but one person got a negative ass perspective, and another person got a positive. Who's going to achieve the greater result? The person who positive, because the person who negative going to be dragging his feet, because the motherfucker don't want to do it no way, right? So reading on, right? Excuse my language. It says, verse 3, it says, thou therefore endure hardness, is the point, as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, right? And that's the point, man. So we got to continue to what? Endure hardness, man, right? That's just life, man, right? Or we got to continue to endure this, these trials, tribulations, right? We reading in the book of Psalms, 34th chapter, many are the afflictions of the righteous. We understand that, man. Because while we got to be proven as that gold, man, you want to be the gold, hey, you're going to have to go through the fire, right? Anything good in life, you're going to have to work for. You're going to have to put in that effort. You're going to have to put the blood, the sweat, the tears, how they say, you feel me? So we're going to have to do that, especially when it comes to this truth, man, right? I don't think I grabbed this in a grip, but Acts 14, I think that's it. And 20, confirm Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. And that's what I'm doing to y'all, brothers, right? Continue in the faith. Sisters, continue in the faith. I'm emphatically urging y'all to continue in the faith, to endure hardness. And a part of staying in the faith is enduring the hardness. And don't let it overtake you. Don't let it make you bitter. And don't let it, you know what I'm saying, just overtake your mind to the point where you just get consumed by it. And now that's all you can think about, is just the bitterness, the bad. And now you just so all the way stressed out. You ain't got your mind about you. You ain't got your wits. And you just going. You're going in the mind, right? It says, exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must do much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Heavenly Father. So, hey, look, it's one thing my aunt used to tell me all the time. She said, how she used to say it, basically like, if you tell me early in the day, I can mentally prepare for something. But if you just tell me right then and there when I first get here to come pick you up, Jakai, right? When I first come pick you up, then basically, like, I'm not mentally prepared to like handle this. But I never understood what she's saying. I mean, I'm like, oh, I'm around this. Like, come on, man, stop crying, man. Just get it done. But no, I see what she's saying, right? And what I'm doing is I'm telling brothers and sisters, hey, like, you mentally prepare. Hey, this ain't no cakewalk. This is not no cakewalk. The Heavenly Father, he's a righteous power. He will tell you, hey, count the cost. We in this thing. So you got to make sure you count this cost, man. You got to make sure you on point, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because, hey, this thing will break you if you're not walking circumspectly, if you're not handling the business, essentially, right? If you're not walking closely with the Heavenly Father, right? Let me see about where is it at? Second is 7 and verse 9. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Right? So that's the point, man. So that city is what? New Jerusalem, right? And you want the kingdom, right? You want that glory, you want that crown that never fades and never passes away. You want to be a 144,000, the elect member, right? A 1/3 sister, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You want that spot. Well, we're going to have to what? We're going to have to go through some danger, man. We're going to have to go through that fire. right? And it is possible. It is possible, man. Plain and simple. I promise you, it's possible. With the Heavenly Father, all things are possible, man. Right? So yeah, that's the point, man. And we got to continue to what? Endure hardness, man. As good soldiers of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Continue to keep fighting into the end, to the very end, to the bitter end. And I don't want to desire that be us, man. That we make it to the end, man, because hey, that's the whole point, man. Right? Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. So hey, I don't desire you sincere-hearted true believers are edified, exhorted, and comforted, and I want to give all glory, honor, and praise unto my power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And I say shalom to all you sincere-hearted true believers, and may y'all keep fighting and keep pushing. Hey, shalom. Shalom.